familiarity with this team as often as these two teams have played each other meet. The Chiefs they're like a division team. You might even know them better than some of the teams in this division.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, very good football team that we've seen a lot. They've seen us a lot. Over the years, there's been some great battles between the teams, and it's going to be no different this weekend. Two good teams going at it, and we're excited for the opportunity. Excited for this matchup, and we had a good day of practice today. We want to keep that momentum going.
Watching them, especially close, people around Kansas City are saying this is maybe the best Mahomes and this offense there has looked. When you see it on tape, what do you notice, and how do they look to you in terms of? I mean, they've been great for a long time, but it feels like
Pat's playing at a high level. Kelsey's still playing at a very high level. I think he's got probably more targets this year than he's had over the last few years. So. Again, a really solid matchup, and again, we had a really great week of practice today. We want to keep that momentum going, and we're super excited for the opportunity to play at home in front of our fans. Like you said, we've just might as well you call it a division game or not, but we've seen this team over the years. They've seen us, and we're ready for this matchup.
It's only been a couple of weeks, but Rashee Rice, what's he add to that offense?
Yeah, very dynamic player. Getting the ball in reverses and jet sweeps. Out in open space, just a very dynamic player. And so, they got a lot of very dynamic players, right? And so, again, it's up to us on the defense side of the ball, play team defense, communicate, and, obviously we got to tackle. And, again, we're excited about the matchup.
Any other week, it's, just next opponent, next man up. But given the history of how these games have gone between Kansas City, does this mean a little bit more to the guys in the locker room, especially a guy like you who has been through some of the highs and lows against this team?
Yeah, I mean, you try not to make a game bigger than it is. It's a football game. We're going to go out there, we're going to wake up in the morning, we're going to get ready to play, and we're going to play the game. The clock's going to hit zero, and one team's going to win, one team's going to lose, and you're going to get back in your process the next week. And so you never want to make a game bigger than what it is. Obviously, yeah, everybody outside of here is going to talk about the Chiefs and the Bills. Us inside, it is our next game. Understanding, and we respect every opponent that we play, and understanding the opponent that we are facing, right? But at the end of the day, just staying on that even keel, and it's one day at a time, one step at a time, one breath at a time, one rep at a time, and it all leads up to Sunday. So we had a great we had a great day of practice today. I want to continue to go watch the film and see how we can get better, and come back tomorrow and have an even better day.
Does history matter, though? I mean, you're familiar with the history between these two teams, even though you missed the last one. Does the history matter?
Oh yeah, like I said, I think to the outside, you could say it could. I think the guys in here, this is a different team than last year. They have a different team than last year. This is a different, it's just different everything. So again, you don't make a game bigger than what it is. You want to go into the week and have the same preparation, maybe do a little different things here or there, but at the same time, there's a game on Sunday afternoon that we know we got to prepare for, similar to how we prepared last week with the focus, with the energy, with the enthusiasm, and again playing team football all around the board, and so again just staying even keeled throughout the week, and once Sunday at 4 o'clock hits, we'll be ready to roll.
Talked about the familiarity. Josh kind of said it does feel like a division game. And in division games, he says you kind of stick to your own principles. But he says because you've played them so much, there's jabs, there's counters that you can do. And he kind of talked about how offensively you want to make the same things that you've done look different. Is that kind of the same mindset defensively because you have faced each other so much?
I think every game, there's a chess match being played between both coaches, in particular Coach Reed and Sean. There's going to be looks that maybe we haven't seen that we're going to have to adjust to. There maybe looks that they haven't seen that they're going to have to adjust to, and it's throughout the process and throughout the game continuing to make those adjustments. And again, trusting yourself, trusting your teammates around you, and communication and playing team defense. And so it's going to be a 12-round match, and so there's going to be jabs left and right, and we're going to have to keep trying to counter. They're going to try to counter, and we're excited about the opportunity.
I talked to Jordan Hancock, and he talked about how much you've helped him, and he said you hold him accountable What's that been like for you? How does that work with you two? And he said about even when you watch film and everything.
Yeah, I mean, I remember coming in as a young player, guys that, I looked at, the Jim Leonard, the Tashawn Gibson, Carlos Dansby, and, those guys, in a sense, took me under their wing and kind of showed me what it was like to be a pro, how to be in the league, how to stay in the league, how to watch film, how to, take care of your body. I knew coming in here, what my role was going to be. Obviously, that's changed throughout the time, but just being a guide, just being a help for these young guys. A lot of rookies, they haven't had a break since before their senior season, and so I know as a rookie my head was spinning, and so anything that I can do to help those guys, be a better person, be a better player, that's what I'm here to do. And it's been cool to see. It's been cool to see Jay grow over just, I got here August 28th, and, wherever he was before I got here, just me seeing him and the steps that he's taken to be the player he is now. I keep telling him he's going to play the game a long time. He just keeps his head on and he keeps working. And so it's been really cool to work with him. Not only him, Cole, our whole safety group, Cole, Cam, D Ham, and T-Rap. It's a really good group of guys. And, I'm just here to help be a guide, to help be a light, and show those guys what it takes to stay in the league for a long time.
Without getting in game plans specific for the upcoming week, how do you, when you look back at the safety rotation that you guys had going on, how do you feel like you came out of that? I'm sure it was a little different for you.
I'm embracing whatever role that they want me to. It's crazy. Just getting here August 28th, being on the practice squad, having things go down the way they are, and here we are. And I'm extremely thankful and blessed to be here. And I keep telling the boys, I'm just gonna keep shooting my arrows. It's been I forgot your question. What was your question?
Just about the rotation that you guys had last week. How did that work? How did you feel like
I thought it worked great. It allowed me to keep my snap count low. Allowed Jay to come in and get some really quality reps and on third down. Look, he's going to play a long time. And again, the more we can get all hands on deck, the better we're going to be down the stretch, because it is going to take everybody down the stretch. And so again, I really liked the rotation we had. I thought there was stuff to learn from, stuff to continue to grow from, and we're going to keep growing from it and learning from it.
Talk on the sideline when you got when the offense is out on the field?
Absolutely.
Do you guys kind of go over what each other are saying?
Absolutely. And he's very attentive, and as to hey, in this call here, what'd you guys do on this look, right? And on the iPads on the sideline, we're always talking, and again, just continuing to get us better collectively as a group. I think will only help this team down the stretch.
Being so familiar with this defense, Michael Hoecht. Sorry,
We'll get
thank
there.
you. I always hit that. And my apologies. How does I don't think you've ever seen a player with that kind of ability and flexibility. How does his addition to this defense from first glance change it or improve it, or what he does to it?
Right. He's an extremely talented and gifted, dynamic athlete, for one, and two, he's extremely intelligent. I don't know how many D-line players, and this isn't a shot at any D-line, but how many have been as, he's very intelligent and understands where he's supposed to be, understands looks, understands leverage, understands angles. And so, he's helped our entire defense. Obviously, you saw the way that he played last week, and, we want to keep continuing to build off of that. And, it was my first time playing with him, right? And just he makes it a little easier out there, so it's nice. So I want to keep that momentum going, and he's gonna be a huge factor for us, from this game on down the stretch.
Did you ever think left here? One thing, even getting back to the 53-man ring process, but being back in the starting lineup, did you ever think that would happen again?
In this world, anything can happen. But in the time, no. I still wake up in the morning and I just smile and I'm going to work as the starter, right? And how did we get here? But I'm extremely grateful. I bust my butt to even be sitting here right now. Again, I'm extremely thankful, and I'm just gonna continue shooting my arrows, man. And I don't know how many how many more I got left, but I'm in right where my feet are right now, enjoying the time here with the guys, working each and every day, playing the games each and every weekend. Win, lose, draw, we come back in here to work, and we keep going. And the love around the guys for this team is real, and we want to keep, and that's what makes this place so special, is not obviously not just the players, but the whole organization, from the front office to upstairs in the cafeteria to the training room to the weight room, all around the stadium. It truly feels like family, and that makes it a lot more fun to be out there on the field in those grind moments when you're looking at not just your teammates, but you're looking at your brothers too, and you're wanting to be better for them, you're wanting to make plays for them, you're wanting to put a little extra in for them. So again, it's a blessing to be back here, and I couldn't be more grateful for it.
That, did you get a text or a call from Micah after starting last week?
Yeah, we talked on the phone. We had a really good conversation. Love Micah, miss him. I think he said he's coming back here in a couple of weeks or so I'm excited to see him. You had to ask him. Right. Thanks, guys.